Hello, what is the best way to mark entry point on a chart? For me, the best way I found to mark entry point on my chart is to place an arrow underneath the bar of the day I made the purchase. For instance, we are going to analyze TRV today as of February 26, 2026. And let me zoom a little bit. And I have an arrow there. It is maximum daily chart. So every single bar is a daily bar. And it is not the only way to mark entry point on your chart, but that is the way I do it, that I find best for me. So when we are looking at this area, for instance, the arrow facing upward on that bar tells me that I make a purchase on that day, and that day coincides with January 2nd, probably 2025. We can zoom back out to see the year. We have the date on the x-axis from the past to the present, and the price on the y-axis from $0 up. So the arrow is just right there, and that is pretty much at the beginning of 2025. And when we are looking at TRV, and I'm asking myself, is it a time for me to buy? The answer is no. I have this valley line that I like to buy at, and right now it's close to the top of the mountain. The price is right there. It pulled back yesterday. The price at the end of the day was lower than the price in the morning when the markets opened. That's why we have a red price there. But that the price is close to all-time highest price. So every single bar is a daily bar on this chart, maximum daily chart. So the price is close to the top of the mountain than it is close to the valley. So therefore it's not a buy for me. But when I'm looking at TRV, by looking at those arrows facing upward, tells me where I purchased it in the past. So that's what I like about those marks that I put on it, because it just tells me where I make purchases before, so that I can analyze my previous entry point to see if it was a good entry point or what would I do better next time. So this is not a buy today. I'm going to take another example. During the week, we analyze some stocks, and I mark them red to purchase and I purchased some yesterday. So one is MRSH. And that was the reason why I still have the arrow there. I have not changed it yet, but we have an arrow right there, and I'm going to zoom. So, and that date is February 25. So I put the arrow right there. Let's activate it and move a little bit. And by using those arrows, it does not necessarily tell me when I'm looking at the chart. It does not tell me how much I pay for it. It just tells me when I bought it, because I'm using daily chart to make purchase. When I pull my mouse on that bar, I will see the corresponding dates. Just tells me that I bought it that day, but it does not tell me the price that I pay for it. So if you like to know the price you pay for it by looking at the chart, maybe a different tools might work for you. I'm not entirely sure. I just know that at the beginning I try to put notes put some notes on on the chart, but I didn't keep up with it. I don't know if you made it too busy for me or what, but that is an option, and I'm not even sure where that um, option is anymore. But you can play with the tools that your platform has to see if you can find something like that. But what I just like to do though is just put an arrow on the day I purchase it, and I don't like to necessarily put it on the bar, but put it underneath it facing upward, so that later I can just look. Do you see when I put my mouse on it, on here, that rectangle that show up? I don't know if it can be a note can be put there. That would be a good thing as well. Like adding, a message in that rectangle that when you click on the arrow, you'll be able to see the price you pay for it. That will work as well. But when I'm putting my mouse there is saying 178 because I put it on 178. Maybe if I move it to exactly how much I pay for it, then when I put my my mouse on the arrow, it's showing me the price inside that rectangle and the date. So maybe that's what I will try as well. Try to move it to exactly the price that I'm paying for it, and if that things that is going to be inside the rectangle. The things with that though is when it's not zoom out, when it's inside the rectangle, you won't see the arrow well unless you zoom. So that is one thing to consider as well. Unless I change it completely to another style of chart that we look up last time. Yeah, was it 2 days ago or yesterday? And use what the bar. I don't know if that would be any different, but it's just those things you play with. Okay, hold on. So when I click on it, it gave me that rectangle again, and I don't know if that rectangle can be updated, but I just know that in the past I tried to put a message in a text box like that, and I don't know if the text box disappear or remain, but I just didn't keep up with it. But I just don't really pay attention to it much, other than just reference those arrows. I found those arrows to be very, very useful for me. I don't journal my purchases in terms of writing down what I saw before I purchased. Excuse me, I did that at the beginning, but then a few months in, I noticed that I didn't reference those writing. So therefore, I stopped doing it as I'm trying to find an efficient way to swing trade within the small window of time that I have to allocate to this exercise or practice. So therefore, I just try what I was now using. I just trying to eliminate those processes so that I can make my swing trading a little bit more efficient for me, and just putting the arrow well away from it. Sometimes it can, if the price continue changing during the day, it could go into the arrow, but I just found like when the arrow is into the bar, I don't like it much. I just like it when it's easy for me to see. Another one, and we can go and see this that we purchased yesterday, and I think I only use this platform, think of swim platform for trading, for chart analysis. So therefore, I don't come here often. So we are going to go look to see. There is one that I saw, AJG, and I have it before. So I don't think I purchased anymore. I tried to purchase it yesterday, but I don't think it went through. So MRST, I think that one went through. And that will be this one. So I purchased it for probably 181.55, but it closed at 181.10, and I'm down $1.35, and I purchased 3 shares of it. So 181.55. So clearly you'll notice that I didn't put the bar exactly what I purchased it. I just make sure it's below. I didn't put the arrow exactly what I purchased it. I just put it below the bar, so that it's easy for me to locate without zooming, and I can reference it and see what I purchased when I purchased it. And AJG, I placed an order for it, but it didn't go through. And maybe I might try it today again. But when we are looking at AJG, we saw that I have 35 shares in there. So I purchased it there. So by looking at this right away, I know that I purchased it there. I have not sold it yet because I'm seeing arrow facing upward. And when I sell it, I place arrows as well. Like this one, I purchased it there and I sold it there. So I'm looking at it and I know that I purchased it there and I have not sold it yet, and it continued going down. And when it touched base with this, I purchased it yesterday, but it didn't go through. So I'll try to purchase it again today if I remember, and I'll move the arrow to today's date. But that is the best way that I've found so far, and that works for me to mark my entry point on my chart. And the chart keeps it for me with chart swap, think or swim platform. I have the desktop version on my computer that I log in. You still need internet for that. And when I place those, it remains. And once I access the web version, and interestingly, those placements displayed or as well on the web version when I log into it. I just don't use it on my cell phone, so therefore I cannot testify for that. But from those two, I could say that if you access it on your cell phone, you should be able to, it will keep those as well for you. But maybe the platform you are using will be able to save those signs on the chart for you when you have an account and log in and do those things. But I found this to be very useful for me to be able to place my entry point on the map, analyzing where the chart is right now, where I make the purchase, to just look and see without looking at my account numbers to see if I'm profitable right now or if I'm negative in it, and things like that, and what I will do better next time. And by looking at this, I know that this is not the valley line. This is not the valley line, and safely I could easily turn those into the default color because I make purchases around those areas, and it turned out not to be the valley line that I'm targeting. And this one, I targeted to be the valley line, and it turned out not to be either from the moment it left there all the way to the bottom one. So those lines will remain, but this one is the valley line. And having those purchases, sometimes that's how I learn from it. And marking it allows me to reference quickly what I did right, what I did wrong, how I'll do it better. So that is how useful I find those marking my entry point on the chart and my exit point as well. That's how I found them useful, and I really like using those arrows, and that is pretty much the only way and the only reason I use them as well. Facing upward to mark my entry point on the chart, and trading on daily chart, I know that that day was when I bought it. So thank you so much for watching our videos. We thank you very much for your time. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you very much for subscribing to our channel. I'm Afiavi Liberman, creator of Liberman Consulting L.L.C YouTube channel, and in soap.com, our blog. On our channel and on our blog, we share different ways to save money and different ways to make money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on an employer to provide for your family. And swing trading is one way to make money. Just start small and grow your account from there. For more swing trading videos in this series, will please check the playlist how to start swing trading step by step using long option line. If you like that strategy, that swing trading strategy, and the playlist is in the description of this video. And we do have other swing trading related playlists in the description of this video as well. Thank you for your time. Happy swing trading.